In this video, we are going to learn how to insert invoice line items into the body of a document. For example, the job we are editing here has an invoice item for an inspection fee and an invoice item for a wood-destroying organism fee. We'll leave our job open so we can use its information to merge into our example. The first thing we need to do is to select our document. Although you may produce a regular invoice to be emailed along with your job, you might want to include invoice information in regular documents as well, perhaps in the contract. So for the purposes of this demonstration, we will use the inspection contract. So we're going to choose to open the master document area in your actions pane to edit the contract. Please note that your actions may be different depending on your version of 3D. Now that we have the contract open, we'll put our cursor where we want our invoice line items to go. We think it would be nice to print the invoice breakdown right below where the total inspection fee is located and set to import. First, we'll press Enter several times to make room. Now we must insert a table to include invoice line items that work properly. In the toolbar, use Table, Insert Table. And we're going to use 2 rows and 2 columns for this example. We're going to use the top rows of the table as labels for our items. Place your cursor in the top left cell. Then we'll type description. Next, we tap the upper right cell and type amount. Next, we're going to insert special merge fields that will be replaced with our invoice line items. To do this, we're going to tap into the bottom left cell of the table. Then, we're going to use the Insert menu to include appropriate merge fields. We're going to choose Insert, Invoice Column, Description. This inserts a special merge field that can grow to include information all our invoice line items use for the job. Next, we're going to click in the bottom right cell of the table. Now return to the Insert menu and again select Invoice Column. And this time we're going to select Amount. This inserts another merge field for that type of information. Other columns shown on the Invoice tab for jobs are also available to import, but in this case we only want these main 2. Now we're going to format it so it looks just a little nicer. So in the top right cell, we'll click there. Then we're going to right justify it using the paragraph right button on the toolbar. And now we're going to repeat that same step for the merge code for the amount. Finally, we're going to make the table cell for the right side of the table smaller so it looks nicer and there's more room for our invoice item descriptions. To do this, we're going to drag the cell over to the right. Note that for these special fields to work properly, each field must be in its own table cell without any other information or text. The only adjustment that may be made to the code is that the angle bracket or greater than sign in the invoice details description merge code may be removed if you want the items truncated when they hit the table divider border. Leave the angle bracket present if you want the full information, such as a long description to print and wrap to the new line within the cell. Let's see what our final document looks like. Let's choose the preview icon or go to File, Print Preview. You can see here that we have our description and our amounts, which we created the labels for, and now we have our invoice items and the amount that they cost. Now let's exit out of the preview by clicking the X icon in the top right corner. Then we'll update our master document by choosing Save and Exit. This method may be used to include invoice information within other documents likewise.